play project for American Studies 408, and today I'm going to be talking about yeah, I'm going to be talking about some of the new content that's been released in Destiny 2 in the Curse of Osiris expansion. So right now I am playing the new public event, which is quite a big public event actually. It is what Bungie calls one of the biggest events they've ever done, and honestly I kind of agree with that. There's a lot going on right now, a lot of explosions, a lot of swords, a lot of stuff going on right now. So this public event is, like I mentioned, one of the biggest events they've done. It requires a lot of teamwork. As you can see, there are all these wonderful other players here who are thankfully they're here, because this, as you can see, it's quite a big event, and trying to do it by yourself would just be pretty impossible. So I'm gonna talk about Curse of Osiris. So Curse of Osiris, the first expansion, it came out last week, and so far the reception has not been great. A lot of people are upset that Bungie decided to focus on this instead of fixing a lot of the issues that are in the game right now. But to play devil's advocate, I think that this expansion has been in development for quite a while now, and I think they'd rather just release what they have, as opposed, if they know they can just release this content and at least, you know, satisfy the people who have already purchased the expansion, like myself. Let's shoot some stuff.
We shall see if your efforts draw Osiris's attention to me. I mean, to us.
Even though this expansion has gotten a lot of criticism, there is one aspect about it that people really do like, and that is the new raid lair that came with this expansion. So a raid lair, it's smaller than the average lair. The lair is basically the endgame content that in Destiny is very well sought after. People really, at least in my personal view, a lot of people play Destiny mainly for the raids. You know, they're very long and they require a lot of teamwork. So that right there is very alluring to many people. Something that they've updated with this new expansion is there's a lot more loot to be earned, some new gear, pretty standard stuff, honestly. Had it come out at a different time, I think people would be more, what's the word, okay with this expansion. I mean, it still wouldn't be the greatest thing ever, but let this play out.
I know Osiris would have done exactly as you just did. Amazing. Incredible. One might even say Osirian.
So yeah, what this expansion has is that it came out at the worst time, honestly. Like, with all the controversy that's going on right now, you know, releasing a $20 expansion is not really gonna please anyone. It's probably, if anything, it's just gonna piss them off even more. But yeah, like I mentioned, the big thing that a lot of people are happy with is the new raid lair. Now I can kind of show a little bit of the raid lair. It's only playable with 6 people, but I can show a quick glance of that. So it is a new raid layer. It's part of the Leviathan raid. It's another aspect of the raid. I'm just gonna do a little tour of that, and while it loads, I am going to talk about my thoughts about the game so far. So my thoughts. I think as someone who's been playing this game off and on for the past few years, I think there's things that I don't like about this game, but I feel like the positives just barely nudge out the negatives. I think that comes with the fact that I've been in a clan of Destiny clan for about the same amount of time I've been playing the game, and I think had I not been involved with my clan, that I probably would have stopped playing this game like a long time ago. It's really, I feel Destiny is a game that's meant to be played with people. I mean, even if you didn't do the raid, it's not really a fun game to play by yourself unless you're bored and have absolutely nothing to do. Alright, so this is the new raid layer. It's called Leviathan, Eater of Worlds. So the part I'm at right now is actually the final part. This is the boss right here. It's big old guy right here. I'll talk a bit about the raid layer and my thoughts. So I played part of this raid layer a couple days ago with my clan, and though we weren't able to finish it, we got as far as you can see right here. There are a lot of things that we do like about this raid layer. You know, just take a look at the design. I mean, this area is massive. You get that sense of this immediately. Like, you really feel like you're just this little speck in what's this entire galaxy that's just surrounding us. The encounters in this raid layer have been great. The mechanics are challenging, but once you get the hang of them, it's really quite simple. And though we haven't finished killing this guy right here, understanding his mechanics and adapting to new playstyles has been really quite a fun experience. When I talked to my clan members and I asked them, "Oh, well, what are your expectations for raid layers?" Most of them pretty much said, "Oh, as long as they continue the same formula as the full-size raids, then I think most people would be happy with that." And so far, I would actually agree with that. You know, the raid layer, I think the raid layer might just be the most, like, defining aspect of this entire expansion. And even if we're looking at other expansions, like, every expansion that's come out, the raid has been such an integral part of that expansion. Because the way the raids are designed, the raids are really well designed. Like, you know, kudos to the team that makes them, because even with all the shit that's going on right now with microtransactions, making the game more casual, pissing off the dedicated players, I always feel like the raids have always been so consistent in quality that I feel like at this point there's really nothing that the team who makes them can really screw up on, unless they just decided, like, fuck it, we're done, we're just gonna phone it in, call it a day. But just gonna do a little walkthrough, and we just get a nice feel of just how huge this place is. It's massive. For most people who have already done this entire raid layer, it's taking them about maybe an hour, which is a lot shorter than most raids. Most raids in in the Destiny series have been at least 2 hours long, so that right there, it has its pluses and minuses. I think for people who are more busy, who have busier schedules, the raid layer is great. You know, get it done in an hour, you know, get some really good loot. That's that. But people who have more time on their hands, maybe this isn't something that they'd really like, but, you know, what can you do? Let's see. I think overall my impressions of this expansion have been eh. Like, it doesn't do anything different radically besides this raid layer here. But because of all the controversy with the microtransactions and things like that, I feel like this would have been a better expansion. It would have been better received, I should say. It would have been better received had it come at it at a different time. But my thoughts on the raid layer are it's great. If they keep continuing to make content just like this, then honestly, I think Destiny 2 has a pretty strong future. It could have had a better start, and all signs pointed to it should have having a better start because, you know, the first Destiny and all of its problems that they fixed in the beginning, people thought, oh, well, Destiny 2 is just going to be a continuation of that, but you know, a lot of the major changes uh, they made to favor casual gamers, and so far that has not worked out well for them. Even though that's me being, you know, biased because I'm not a casual gamer, but I think even Bungie's realizing now that, you know, that their vision or trying to appeal to a casual audience hasn't really worked out. You know, I read a tweet from one of the Bungie raid designers, and he said something along the lines of, "We're really happy that people are enjoying the raid layer. It's given the team a huge boost in morale." To me, that pretty much means like it's pretty obvious that all the controversy is starting to take a toll on the Bungie and the developers. So to hear them say that, oh, like we're really happy that you enjoy this part of the experience, it means that honestly, like there are things that they really need to fix, but I feel like if anything, the raid, just the whole raids themselves has always been such a great implementation, a great experience, and overall very rewarding to play. So that's my thoughts on Curse of Osiris, the raid, and the raid layers. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna go kill myself now. Bye.